I want to talk today about a disturbing aspect of the Diddy freak-off parties. So I've been following it a lot in the news, and I've heard about how there's been a lot of like teenage boys that they would see at these parties, having sex with grown men and people videotaping them to use it as like blackmail. And this is a really disturbing concept that's been around for a while. I first read a book called The Franklin Cover-Up, and it talks about how this politician from Nebraska used all this money for sex parties, all this stuff. And there was a similar thing about taking videos of people having sex with these kids and then blackmailing them with it. There's another documentary called An Open Secret, which talks about it in Hollywood, talks about like the case of, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman and a lot of other people. And so I find it really disturbing that there's a real element in Hollywood and politics and whatever about people preying on boys, teenage boys. I know you hear probably more about women or teenage girls that have been assaulted before, but the aspect about teenage boys I find particularly disturbing, and it's been a common theme since I've been researching this. Um, so I wanted to share that, and I know it's a heavy subject, but I think it's good for people to be aware of this because as the Diddy stuff has come out since he's a really popular person, or he was, people are really shocked and they're thinking, oh, how could somebody that I listened to and that I was a big fan of for so many years, how could they do something like this? Well, it's just a really big theme. And so I think moving forward, it's important for people to kind of realize, what goes on behind closed doors with stuff like this. Is the Diddy case is not the first thing. It's been going on a long while. So I definitely would recommend anybody, although it's a bit hard to look at this material, to read the Franklin Cover-Up as well as watching An Open Secret to kind of get an idea of, how deep it goes. And it's not easy to kind of face this reality, but I think it's important for people to get an idea that things are not as they seem with the entertainment industry and politics and things like that. So, yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts on this because it's been something that I've been into researching for a while, and I think it's really vital that people start waking up to this reality of child sex trafficking and all this horrible stuff. And so I know it's not easy, but it's important for people to, in order to move forward as a society, to kind of become aware of stuff like this. That's just my thoughts on that.